What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope you are having a great day so far. Listen, getting into this episode of GH, I am so over this Carly, Nina, Sunny bullshit. I'm drained. I'm tired of them having the same conversation, the same fight every day. I'm done. I'm over it. I mean, damn. And Carly is so busy with this situation, she refuses to even answer her own mother's calls. Like, clearly, if Bobby is calling you so much, leaving you voicemails, obviously it's important. You might want to call her back. You know what I mean? Now she want to jump up and call her once Sonny tell her, well, Luke died. Whatever. Now she want to jump up and try to call her. Why didn't you do that before? Obviously, it's uncharacteristic of your mother to call you so much and leave you all these voicemails. Like, obviously, you might want to get back to her. But no, you're so stressed about this situation. Um, but yeah, I'm over it. I think at this point, Carly and Sonny, they might need to be done at this point because you could pretty much tell that Carly is over it, especially after the information she got from Nina. She's over it. Um, and what really pissed Carly off was the simple fact that Sonny refuses to answer the question of what happened between him and Nina in Nixon Falls will never happen again. When he didn't answer that question and he tried to deflect, Carly was done talking at that point. Carly was done. She was like, "Yeah, I don't even want to talk. I'm going to bed." She was like, "I don't want to talk now," because you know what? That every time he deflects and he refuses to answer her questions, that gives her the answers that she's looking for in hindsight. And she was even more pissed off because one, Nina told her about New Year's Eve. Second, she found out it was Nina who stopped them from almost having sex, not Sonny. That pissed her off even more. This is why I kind of understand why Sonny didn't tell her all those other little details of Nixon Falls, because I feel like even if he told her, she would have just got even more pissed off. It would have just made her even more mad. Um, at this point, I'm ready for them to be done. Do I want him with Nina? No, not exactly. But I feel like it's a wrap at this point. And the funny thing is, Carly basically told him, "Oh, be gone by morning or whatever. Oh, just leave by the morning." Sonny was like, "Where am I going?" He was like, "This." He was like, "This is my home." She sitting there talking about, "Oh, I asked for space and stuff." Okay, well, it's a big house with a lot of different bedrooms. Pick a room, go in there, meditate, do some yoga, get your space. But I agree with Sonny on that. I'm not leaving my house. He was courteous enough to leave the first time she asked him to go. But how long did she expect him to be gone? It's his house. She co-owns a hotel. She owns a house. You can go to either one. Pick one. So basically, she told him, well, at this point, if you're still here by morning, don't bother leaving, because I'll leave. Sweetheart, he wasn't planning on leaving. What are you talking about? Don't bother leaving. He just told you he wasn't leaving. Why would you say that? He just got word that he wasn't going nowhere. Um, and Sonny's sitting here like a fool. Where are you gonna go? I'm tired of them. I'm tired. What do you mean, where's she gonna go? She has a hotel, fool. She got about 50,000 rooms that she can choose from. She has a mansion of her own that she can go to. What are you talking about? Where's she gonna go? She got a host of places she can go. Hello. He talking like she gonna be homeless or something. Where you gonna go? She ain't no bitch off the street. She got money. What are you talking about? I'm over it. Carly at this point, she was basically gift wrapping Sonny to Nina at this point, because she told him, she was like, "Oh, I put the fear of God in Nina." Carly, no, you didn't. Carly, no, you did not. I seen that slap that you gave her. It was an okay slap, but it didn't do the trick, because you slapped her and she just looked at you with a defiant look like, "Can I have another?" Like, that's how Nina looked at her. Like, she just, "Can I have another?" Like, just brush the shit off. I'm like, Nina didn't look like she feared you when you left that office. She looked at you quite defiantly. She even dismissively turned her back on Carly. So I don't know what Carly was talking about, but I ain't see no fear. I saw a little excitement on Nina's face, like she liked danger. Shit. Just my observation, but I didn't see fear. I seen a lot of things on her face, but I never saw fear. I guess fear looks new, I guess. I don't know. You know, it is 2022. Maybe it's a modern version of fear now. I don't know, but whatever fear that was, that ain't the fear I know growing up, so I don't know. Maybe y'all could tell me. What's the new fear? I don't know. Inquiring minds would like to know. But yeah, she basically told Sonny, she was like, you know, Nina probably gonna want you to come check on her, and I'm sure you want to go check on her. Sonny just had this dumbass look on his face, like, what the hell did I step into? I'm just over here a minute ago making some kielbasa, some sauce, some pasta, and singing, and now I'm into this bullshit. Sonny ain't have a clue what the hell was going on. He looked like a deer in headlights. I'm over them. I'm so over this marriage at this point. I'm like, listen, just file them papers, please. Call Diane, file the papers. Y'all go y'all separate way. Do what you do. I'm over this BS right about now. I'm done. I'm super over this mess. So anyway, moving on from that. Woosah. Willow. Willow, Willow, Willow. How naive can one person be? Everything that came out of Willow's mouth was like a naive child talking. Not no grown ass woman. It just sounded like a little 18-year-old, 19-year-old talking that haven't experienced life yet. Everything out her mouth was just full of maybes. I could, maybe I can, maybe I did. We don't like maybes because what you're asking Nina to do is a lot. And all you're giving her in return is some maybes. Like she literally asked Nina to give up her legal claim to Wiley, and maybe Michael will allow her to see him and allow them to continue their bond and their connection. I'm like, yeah, that's not a guarantee though. Even Willow said it. Oh, I can't guarantee. I can't promise. So why would she give up the only thing she has? If she signs away her legal rights, she can't get them back. Well, it ain't gonna be easy to get them back once you freely sign them. Well, you know, it's like, no. And Nina was like, oh, maybe I'll think about it. Nina ain't gonna give up shit. She not, because she not stupid. And even she basically said Willow was naive, because she is. Because Willow talking about, oh, I can talk to Michael and maybe, you know, get the temperature to drop. Are you in Tahiti? What do you mean get the temperature to drop? Are you hot? What are you talking about? That's my thing is Willow ain't got no control over Michael. She has no influence over him. Michael does not listen to her clearly, especially when it comes to Willow. I mean, when it comes to Wiley. Furthermore, he made it very clear in the courtroom this situation with Nina is far from over. So he's not gonna relent anytime soon. If he does, I'll be shocked. I'll take this hoodie off and I'll eat this hoodie for dinner. I'm just saying, if that happens, I'll be shocked. Because I don't see him relenting and allowing her to see his son freely. I don't see it. Not anytime soon, because we all know the Corinthos says they hold grudges. This is what they do. Once you cross them, they're not letting up. They're gonna hate you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know Willow just don't know that family. She don't know Michael as well as she thinks she does. Because it ain't gonna work. And what she's asking for was a huge ask. That was huge for a bunch of maybes. I'm like, yeah. That's like your child coming to you, oh, I would like a new car. And he tell you the car that he want. Say, a Lexus. That's a lot of car for you know, and say his grade point average, like say his report card got a bunch of D's on it. Now that's a lot for some D's. Don't you think? Alexis is a lot of car for a D. That's pretty much Willow at this point. You're asking her to drop her legal claim for a maybe. That's like asking for a car, a nice car, for a bunch of D's. No. And I'm glad Nina told her no. She's nah, I'm not dropping shit. And nor should she, because Nina's not dumb. She ain't that dumb. Like, you drop your legal claim, you're at the mercy of Michael when it comes to Wiley at that point. Willow is not gonna help. She can try, but that's pretty much all she's guaranteeing you, is that she will try. She's giving you a bunch of empty promises, well, a bunch of maybes. That, let's put it like that. That's pretty much what we got out of her. Maybe. Willow, there was really no point in her even going to that office. There was no point. Then she's sitting there, trying to apologize again to Nina. Then talking about, oh, she's gonna have a bunch of, more apologies because Michael doesn't know that she's there. So let me get this straight. She's gonna have to apologize to Michael for going to see Nina? Willow needs to grow up. Like, she's a grown ass woman. I like her to an extent, but she's a grown ass woman. And she just seems like she's out of her element with Michael. With the whole damn Corinthos family. She's very out of her element. She don't know how to deal with that family. She don't know how to deal with Michael. And you can see it. You can tell. It's visible. Like, it's right there. The way she's carrying on. She don't know what to do with them. That family and Michael that's a handful for her. It's too much for her. I think she needs to get out while the getting is good. Cause she ain't gonna work in that family. No. Hell no. She need to cut her losses right now. So anyway, moving on from that. We finally got some answers out of Marshall. Because at this point, Marshall was still trying to be tight-lipped with Curtis and pretty much try to tell Curtis to leave this alone. He had the nerve to tell Curtis, oh, I'm tired of you coming at me with attitude every time. Sir, attitude? You were out of his fucking life for 40 years. You lucky he didn't punch you in the face. Hell, I'll take attitude over a punch in the face any day. How else is he supposed to talk to you? You better button your lip. Mom coming at me with attitude. You lucky that's all he giving you, fool. But I'm glad he opened up to Curtis more, because Curtis pretty much was serious with him. He was like, listen, I'm tired of the run around with you. He was like, you know what? If you ain't gonna tell me what happened back in the day, stay the hell out of my life, please. Don't come near me. Don't come near my people. Stay away from me. So that's when he was like, you know what? All right, I can tell you some things. So basically, back in the day after, I guess, Thomas was born, he got into it with some people, in the underworld, where he shouldn't have. And, he crossed a boss, basically, and shit got hairy, and he had to duck out of town. He had to fake his death. Otherwise, it would have blew back on his family. So Curtis wanted to dig in more. He was like, okay, so who's this top boss that you pissed off? Like, what's his name? And of course, Marshall tightened up his lip, because he ain't about to tell him all that, because he was like, if I tell you that, it's just going to put y'all in danger, so I'm not going to do it. But Curtis was trying to, reassure him, like, listen, I know people, I can make a phone call, get everybody protection, we could nip this shit in the bud right now. But of course, Marshall didn't want to talk. He was like, basically trying to tell Curtis to leave this alone. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask no more questions. Because he was like, I'm not telling you nothing else. He said, listen, just stop asking questions. Because you're going to get people hurt. My thing is, if this is mob related, all Curtis has to do is call Sonny and, get a name. And, if Marshall provide them a name, he could call Sonny, get the backing of the Corinthos organization, and it's on and popping. You know what I mean? But he do, I understand if it's dangerous or not, but he do owe more answers than that. I mean, I guess he felt like Curtis should be grateful that he gave him that little tidbit of answers. But it's like, yeah, that's not going to be enough for Curtis. It's not going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Curtis, once you feed him something, he going to want more. So it's like, you better tell him something else. Best to tell him something else. So anyway, moving on from that. That whole scene with Laura and Victor was gold. I love that. Like, she was trying to be cordial and, was like, you know what? Nah, you ain't got to leave. You can stay. And it was funny because their whole exchange back and forth was cordial, or them trying to be cordial, but at the same time, you could feel the tension between them. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny watching Spencer and Esme, because they were just ping-ponging back and forth looking at the two of them, and their facial expressions were fucking hilarious. Laura wasn't buying none of that charming BS that Victor was trying to spew. Claiming that, oh, I'm just trying to atone for my sins and the sins of my family, because he felt like Miko's put a bad image on the family and stuff, and he wants to fix that. And she was like, okay, so how you plan on fixing it? He was like, oh, by being here for my family and stuff. She wasn't buying none of that because she know Victor. Mind you, she's been dealing with the Cassadines for 40 plus years. She know this man. She know him. She know Victor ain't up to no good. She know he ain't shit. She don't trust nothing that come out his mouth. And I was so happy when she slammed that door in his face because she wasn't buying nothing. You know, that's the thing about her. Laura's far from naive and stupid now. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't buying nothing that Victor, that a Cassadine got to say. Because she know how wicked them people are. And she know Victor ass is up to something. And, you know, even when she was asking Victor why he was in town and stuff like that, he didn't even want to answer. He was vague about those questions. Yeah, she right for not trusting him. You cannot trust the Cassadine because Victor's definitely got a bigger play at hand. You know, like all this, I want to unite the Cassadines and all that. He got some shady shit going. They always do. Because we all know every time Stavros came back to town or Helena, it was always for some mess. So Victor ain't no different. It's for some mess. Listen, watching Britt and Austin in the nightclub was super hilarious. Austin wasn't even trying to pick up nobody. Austin said, listen, I'm going to sit right here. I don't think that was ever his intention, honestly. He just wanted to make Britt think he was going to hook up with somebody or try to attempt to talk to girls or whatever. He was like, no, Britt, go first. Because Britt know damn well she wasn't up in there trying to talk to nobody either. She know it. She fell flat on her face when it came to talking to all these men. Like, she just totally embarrassed herself up at that club. Tried to talk to several of these men. I said, no, 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 no. This ain't gonna work for you. Britt was just, I said, nope, she out of her element on this one. I said, nope, 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 nope. She sat back down quickly with Austin. I said, yeah, that's your best bet. Sit on down. Get out the way. I like their little friendship, though. I thought something might have sparked between them, but nope. Austin said he got another woman in mind. He jonesing for Mrs. Jones. He looking for Maxie Jones. That's who he jonesing for. He got a love Jones for her. That's who he want to be with. You know, he really like Maxie. And I love the fact that he not, you know, trying to push up on Maxie because he knows everything she's been through. And he knows she got a lot on her plate. So he not even trying to, you know, come at her about dating and stuff like that. But Britt was like, well, that could change. And it could. Because unbeknownst to him, Maxie feeling him too. And she even told Felicia about it when they were sitting at Charlie's toasting to Luke. Um, you know, they were, you know, talking about Austin and stuff like that, and she be leaning on him and stuff, and Felicia was intrigued by it. She was like, okay, okay. So you know Felicia gonna want to talk to him. I would expect nothing else from Felicia. As soon as she heard Austin's name, she was like, yep, I got to speak to him. I got to know his intentions. I wouldn't expect nothing less. But of course she was worried about Maxie too, because Maxie hasn't broke down. She noticed all of this stuff, especially when Anna brought it up. Yeah, Felicia was noticing that she was holding up a little too well. Um, but of course Maxie covered it up. She was like, you know, she can't break down because Peter's back and all that stuff because she gotta stay strong for, you know, Louise to get back. I was like, they need to look into that a little bit more. But I always wonder why she ain't never tell Mac and Felicia about her plans. Like, I'm pretty sure they would have helped her. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought. See you all later. Have a good night. Peace.